From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Tuesday morning. Hope everyone had a fantastic Labor Day out there. For today, it's going to be a little bit hotter, around 100 for lower elevations. That's going to continue into Wednesday and Thursday. We'll have more haze up in the skies through Friday at least, but that could get disrupted by some shower chances with some cooler weather on top of that for Saturday through Monday. Speaking of the smoke and haze, the bulk of it, at least in our region for right now, still downwind of the wildcat fire that's burning in northwestern Yakima County. So the low-level smoke that we're seeing right now in the Kittitas Valley, the Yakima Valley, and some thinner stuff in portions of the lower Columbia Basin. Right now, temperatures in the 50s and 60s across the map, so it's feeling pretty good out there. And your day planner forecast for today for lower elevations is going to be into the 80s as soon as lunchtime, and the 90s and perhaps some triple digits for the hottest part of the day. Maybe a smidge hotter for Wednesday and Thursday. I'll talk more about those days in particular coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, firefighters still on the front lines of multiple fires across several counties. Coming up, we will speak with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth about the strategies they're using and what conditions crews could be facing in the coming days.
And gunfire in Yakima leaves one man dead and another injured. What police know so far is coming up.
Plus, when a family lost part of their home to fire, firefighters went beyond the flames to help them through the night. We have the full story coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now, Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jade Elliott, and we do begin this morning with a fire watch. We're following a number of wildfires from across the region this morning, the biggest being the Wildcat Fire. That's in Yakima County.
Crews have been battling this blaze for just over a week, and right now the focus is keeping those flames south of Highway 410 and away from homes and the cabins in steep, dangerous areas.
Air resources, dozers, engines, they all continue to support firefighters on the ground. Smoke is now causing some visibility issues along nearby roads, though. In Kittitas County, a new blaze sparked yesterday morning, quickly growing from 1.5 acres to over 80 acres by the evening. Yeah, a number of helicopters, large air tankers, and dozers are working to slow the spread there, with the fire crews creating access points and monitoring for any threats to structures. And in Franklin County, the Esquatzel fire was reported on Sunday and has fluctuated in size, most recently measured at about 157 acres. Firefighters continuing to monitor the blaze and assess the risk to any nearby areas. Multiple units are still on scene. And for more on those conditions and what firefighters could be up against in the coming days, we're going to check in with our Chief Meteorologist, Josh Colbreth. And Josh, what are you tracking so far with these fires? Yeah, it's going to be hot and dry over the next handful of days, so that's definitely not going to help. And it will be breezy for tomorrow in the Cascades, so that's also not going to help, but pretty light winds for today, so that will help. First, let's talk about the Wildcat Fire, northwestern Yakima County, right outside of Bumping Lake. You can see many hot spots being detected by satellite. This one now just a little bit over 1,200 acres, no word on containment. And like they just mentioned, that level 1 evacuation for Goose Prairie, Then we'll move on to a couple fires burning in Kittitas County now. First, the Caitlin Fire, this one burning off the 1200 block of Caitlin Canyon, about 5 miles to the southwest of Thorpe. We are seeing some hot spots on this one as well. It's 81 acres. We have another 81 acre fire in Kittitas County. This would be the Durr Road fire. This is burning off of Durr Road, 6 miles to the south of Ellensburg. Like I mentioned, it's also 81 acres, no word on containment with this one. The Franklin County Fire, the Esquatzel Fire, on the east side of Cox Pond, about 1.5 miles to the northeast of Mesa, 157 acres, no word on containment with this one. And then finally, we do have a lot of containment on the Hatch Grade Fire burning in northern Umatilla County. It almost got to 7,600 acres, now 95% contained. But like I mentioned, hot and dry weather on the way over the next few days. So I'll tell you about how that could impact all this coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Moving on now to a crime alert out of Yakima, where police say an overnight shooting left one man dead and another hurt.
It all happened just after 3 o'clock Monday morning. Officers responded to a 911 call on the 1800 block of Cornell Avenue. And when police got there, that's when they found a 27-year-old man with what appeared to be a gunshot wound. Well, officers and medics tried to save him, but unfortunately he passed away from his injuries.
Not long after that, dispatchers got another call, this time saying a second man had shown up at the hospital with a gunshot wound. That That man, a 32-year-old, is believed to be connected to the Cornell Avenue incident. His injuries were non-life-threatening.
Detectives are investigating. Police are asking anyone with information to contact the Yakima Police Department. 5:05 now, and Representative Dan Newhouse joined hops industry leaders to talk about one of the hops industry's biggest challenges, finding enough workers. During the roundtable discussion, Newhouse highlighted the challenges that growers face, especially during harvest. He pointed to the Farm Workforce Modernization Act, a bipartisan bill that he introduced with California Congressman Zoe Lofgren. Well, that would update the H-2A visa program. That's the agricultural visa that allows workers to come to the U.S. for a set period of time before returning home. Well, under the bill, existing farm workers could gain a path to legal residency while also making it easier for employers to bring in year-round workers.
What we wanted to do is to be able to bring people from out of the country on a temporary basis to work in an agricultural job and then legally, and then allow them to return home and live at once legally.
The bill has passed the House twice, but stalled in the Senate. Still, Newhouse says he is hopeful that it could eventually move forward.
And now to the roadways in Richland. Big changes are coming to one of the city's busiest intersections.
Today, drivers, cyclists, and pedestrians will need to be ready for some delays. Apple Valley News Now, Austin Reed has the details.
Starting Tuesday, September 2nd, construction crews will begin a major overhaul at the intersection of George Washington Way and Aaron Drive near Columbia Point. It is one of the most congested and crash-prone intersections in the Tri-Cities.
Anytime we have construction along this arterial, it's going to be an inconvenience to folks who are commuting. And so you hear some negativity.
The city says long backups often stretch all the way to Swift Boulevard in the afternoons. The project is designed to improve safety and reduce congestion for drivers, bicyclists, and pedestrians.
So you'll see part of the project is also removing some of the islands that cause pedestrians to have to stop mid-intersection. And so we're addressing safety as well as congestion.
City leaders have been studying the problem for years. Back in 2019, Richland completed a north-south travel study that confirmed the need for improvements. With grant funding from the Benton Franklin Council of Governments, engineers developed a plan and selected Ellison Earthworks to take on construction. Work will roll out in phases. This phase will begin with the closure of the parking lane to Benham Street.
And so on that west side, we'll have one lane that will be closed, but we'll continue to leave lanes open in each direction throughout the duration of the project.
Just down the way is Columbia Point Golf Course. I spoke with the general manager who offered up this advice for golfers.
There's routes they can avoid that construction, just go a little north of that, and then they can come around through Comstock or the next street up there. So come down Bradley.
The project is expected to wrap up by late November. Until then, drivers are urged to plan ahead.
It's not a convenient time with back to school. We understand that, but it will ultimately pay off.
And city leaders say the end goal is a safer, more efficient connection through one of Richland's busiest corridors.
5:08, and turning up the heat in community events, a hot festival right around the corner in Pasco. It's the Pasco Fiery Foods Festival, taking place at Peanuts Park in downtown Pasco. It'll take place on Saturday, September 13th from 11 until 7. The event is a collection and celebration of all things hot and spicy. It's also family friendly. There's live music and a variety of, what are they eating?
Peppers. I'm going to be in the pepper eating contest this year.
No, you're not.
I am. And
Talk about spicy.
I know. I don't really do a lot of spice, so this will be interesting.
Well, those just look like,
I think
like bell peppers.
Yeah, no, I can do that.
Bell peppers make me burp, so I wouldn't.
Do with me.
But yeah, so a number of things. Kids Zone, there is a painting section near Cafe Con Arte, and Ron Campton with the City of Pasco says this event also helps hit on the culture of downtown Pasco.
highlighting the businesses, vendors, and the community that's down there. So we've got a lot of our farmers market vendors who, from May up through October are participating in the Saturday farmers market for Pasco. A lot of our PSK vendors will be participating in the specialty kitchens literally right across the street from Peanuts Park. So we get a lot of those vendors who are participating as well. And those vendors come from, all cultures, all walks of life to go ahead and provide different types of food that they think are important to them, that they've worked and spent time crafting.
There's going to be some food competitions as well, like you heard from the VIP pepper competition. Is that what you're in, the VIP one?
I think so. I don't know. Maybe it's the community pepper. I don't know which one.
Well, there's a number of pepper competitions and a new wing competition, courtesy of Pasco's Wingstop as well. Now, wing competition, I could get down on.
Yeah, let me do that one instead.
Oh, I can't wait to hear about your experience.
Well, I'm sure you'll see. I'm sure there'll be a video, so of me probably puking or something like that.
Stop. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Fingers crossed.
All right, 10 minutes after 5 now and making a difference this morning. A house fire turned a family's evening upside down, as you can imagine, but firefighters worked to ease their hardship just a little bit.
It started just before 7:30 last night when Benton County Fire District 1 responded to a residential fire, and this happened on East 19th Avenue. So the family inside was able to evacuate safely, and thankfully no one was hurt. Firefighters say the flames were contained to a utility room, but what happened after the fire is what really stood out.
Yeah, the chaplain from Tri-Cities Chaplaincy worked with the family to figure out what their kids would need for the next day of school. So once it was safe, firefighters were able to go back into the house. They got their backpacks, their laptops, their cell phones, and they were able to deliver all of them to the family. I know, isn't that great?
Yeah, and officials say it's not always possible in these situations, but when they can go the extra mile to help neighbors out, they will.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know
people doing great things.
Well, exactly. It's a tough enough situation, and then we are in the throes of kids getting back to school and into their routine and all of that.
Especially with everything being technological these days, so getting those laptops, very important.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Vehicle exhaust, wildfire smoke, even construction dust, all could have a dramatic impact on your health. Coming up, more ways, you'll find out how these can impact just your brain with these common pollutants.
But first, our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your first alert weather forecast. Keep it here. Good Morning Northwest. We'll be right back, and hopefully the sun will be right back. It is very dark out there. 6:19 is the sunrise this morning.
For 25 years, you've made Triple Play more than just a place to play. You've turned it into a place where memories are made. We want to thank our amazing guests and community. From birthday parties to company outings and spontaneous weekend adventures, your memories are what make Triple Play special. Here's to 25 years of fun and many more to come. Thank you for being part of our story.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
I'm Eduardo Morfin. Morfin Law Firm thanks you for 5 years of support. Remember, when choosing an attorney, select a local attorney that supports your local community.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
At Bruce Heating and Air, our technicians are not incentivized by commissions or to find problems. We only look for solutions to keep you cool. Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $1,650 off on a new Daikin Fit system.
September is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Some problems include pain in the hips, back, or chest. Get more at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Prosser Memorial Health. Prostate cancer awareness starts here. This is how we care. Win and save with double Lucky Number Tuesday at Buy Mart. Just by matching your ending number, you can win a protein puck in various flavors. Plus, save with Tuesday-only pricing. Win and save with 70th anniversary double Lucky Number Tuesday at Buy Mart.
I'm Morgan. I have 3 kids. I have an IQ of 160. This is where he attacked her, and I work with the cops.
You're waiting on me to leave so you can poke around without a warrant, aren't you?
Yeah.
Going deep into the Blue Mountains on Fly the Northwest tonight at 6. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is going to be a toasty set of days for today, tomorrow, and Thursday. It's why there's an extreme heat warning and a heat advisory in place for the bulk of our region. That goes from 11 a.m. this morning to 8 p.m. on Thursday. Let's take it back to this morning. Zone by zone tour of this morning's temperatures. We start off in Kittitas County, where we are in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, just kind of depending on the microclimate. 58 in Ellensburg. And then in the Yakima Valley, all of us in the 60s, 61 in Yakima. In the lower Columbia Basin, 50s and 60s, 59 in the Tri-Cities. For the foothills, all of us in the 60s, and then 50s and 60s for the highest terrain of the Blue Mountains. Okay, here's your coat cast for today for the Tri-Cities. Light jacket stuff for this morning. Obviously, it's going to be t-shirt weather by 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and we'll hold on to that for the rest of the day. High temperatures ending up around 100 degrees for today, so that would place us at about 10 to 15 degrees hotter than normal for the beginning of September, and a lot of hazy sunshine out there. Speaking of that, we'll go ahead and put all this into motion. This is low-level smoke that we're tracking over the next couple days, so we put this into motion. And around the hottest part of the day, you'll start to see the wildcat fire flaring up in northwestern Yakima County, and then eventually that spreads down into the Yakima Valley. It tries to get into portions of the lower Columbia Basin. Then for tomorrow, it's going to be the exact same cycles. We'll start to see that wildcat fire flaring up again. Then those subtle northwesterly winds could push some of that into the valley. And again, it is going to be hot and dry and, like you just saw, hazy over the next few days. I'll tell you just how hot we could get coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks so much. 5:16 now, and taking a look at health news this morning. Some new research shows that the air we breathe could affect our brains.
A new study is now linking long-term exposure to common air pollutants, things like vehicle exhaust, industrial smoke, and also wildfire smoke. They're linking that to a higher risk of dementia.
Christian Cordero shows what you can do to limit exposure and protect your brain.
A new study in the Lancet Planetary Health Journal found that long-term exposure to common air pollutants like fine particulate matter, nitrogen dioxide, and black carbon is linked to a higher risk of dementia. These pollutants come from sources such as vehicle exhaust, industrial smoke, wildfires, and dust from construction sites. The researchers found that even small increases in exposure over a year or more can raise your risk. These pollutants can enter your bloodstream through your lungs and then travel to the brain, triggering inflammation and oxidative stress, both of which are linked to cognitive decline. You can limit your exposure by checking your local air quality index and limiting outdoor activities on days of high pollution. Experts say stronger air quality rules could have big health, social, and economic benefits. Cleaner air means helping your mind stay sharp. With this Medical Minute, I'm Christiane Cordero.
And checking your local air quality and limiting exposure on high pollution days can help protect your brain.
Experts also say stronger air quality rules could have big benefits, not just for your lungs, but also for your mind.
Things to keep in mind. All right, so much for ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Checking back in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth, and a look at your first alert forecast as we give you a live look outside this morning from our Legends Casino and Hotel Sky camera at Richland's Columbia Point, although you can't see anything. It's so dark this morning.
6:19.
I know, 1 hour until the sun comes up. 1 hour and counting. Yeah, okay, it's 5:18. We'll be back right after the break.
US Cellular makes it easy to switch. Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in.
We don't even have to trade in our teeth?
Nope.
I almost lost this one.
Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
At Bravo RV, we're gearing up for a huge event you will not want to miss out on.
The Forest River National Sales Event is on now. For a limited time, you can save big across our entire lineup of Forest River products. There's still time to get out, go camping, and make unforgettable memories. With Forest River, you'll find the perfect RV built for your journey and perfected for your stay. Don't wait. These amazing deals won't last long. Broadmoor RV. We made camping fun.
Form or function? Should we push the timeline? Will it hold?
Should we outsource? What do you think?
Do you engineer it to work? Or design it to move? Give them what they want.
It needs to be taller, faster,
even cheaper. Or take things to new places. You've got to build the right team. No, that's the one. Revise it, redo it, develop it. Keep pushing until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
60% of women experience side leaks with bladder protection underwear. Try Always Discreet. Its rapid dry core absorbs up to 25% faster than Depend and fits up to 95% of body shapes. Try Always Discreet, designed to protect.
With bugs, the struggle is real. That's why you need Zevo Traps. Zevo works 24/7 to lure, catch, and kill 99.9% of bugs trapped for effortless protection. Zevo, people-friendly, bug-deadly.
When it comes to legal matters, you need someone you can trust. At Morphine Law Firm, we are sincerely grateful for the last 5 years of trust and support you've given our firm. Your trust and support have been a major driving force behind our mission for justice. We offer free consultations, and we may not always tell you what you want to hear, but we try to steer you in the right direction. We appreciate your continued trust and confidence in Morphine Law Firm.
Right now, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in.
Are we having the wool pulled over our eyes here?
No, and you get the latest phones.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Live with Kelly and Mark today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It's going to be another day out there with a lot of hazy sunshine across the map, and it will be a little bit hotter in comparison to yesterday. 80s in the Cascades, 80s and 90s in the Blues, and 90s in triple digits for lower elevations, about 10 to 15 degrees hotter than normal for early September. Wind gusts very similar to yesterday. Now here's some good news. The wind gusts going to be light today in the Cascades. That should definitely help out with efforts on the Wildcat fire, but it will be a little bit breezy in the southern Blues and in the Blue foothills, but light gusts for most of us. Okay, for tonight, more hazy skies across the map. Overnight lows are going to be quite mild with 60s for the mountains, actually 50s and 60s for the mountains, and 60s for lower elevations. Wind gusts for tonight, again, going to be pretty light across the map. High temperatures staying around 100 degrees in the Tri-Cities for today, tomorrow, and Thursday. If you really want to split hairs, tomorrow's probably going to be the hottest day of this, falling off a little bit for Friday, and then substantially cooler for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, finally feeling much more seasonal for this time of the year. And that is going to coincide with some shower and thunderstorm chances going up, especially Saturday through Monday. It doesn't look like it's going to be a washout, but some outdoor plans could be impacted. We'll have much more to say about Saturday, Sunday, and Monday coming up a little bit later in the week. Friday starting to become a little bit more in focus. As for Friday, 10 to 20% chances of showers and thunderstorms in general for the Blue Mountains, for the Morrow County foothills, for the Dowsport area, and then also up in the Cascades. The rest of us looking pretty dry. Okay, here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Around 100 today, Wednesday and Thursday. A smidge cooler for Friday, then much cooler for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And that says shower chances will be around 20%. In the Yakima Valley, also around triple digits over the next handful of days, a little bit cooler for Friday, and then 20% chances of showers and thunderstorms for Saturday and Sunday, and then maybe just showers for the beginning of next week. In the Kittitas Valley, kind of the same thing, hot, dry, and hazy through Friday at least, a little bit more unsettled for Saturday and Sunday. Looks like some of the thunderstorm energy is going to go down a bit on Monday. In Hermiston, near triple digits for today, tomorrow, and Thursday. mid-90s for Friday, then slipping back down into the low 90s to even some mid-80s for Saturday through Monday. Then for Walla Walla, going to be the same thing. Hot, dry, and hazy through Friday, and then cooler and a little bit wetter for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
It's getting cooler. A little bit.
Just a little bit.
Tiny bit.
Just a little bit.
The sunny summer days are kind of coming to an end.
But as it's been all summer, it's been push, it's been cool, it's been hot and dry, it's been cooler and wetter, so we'll see what ends up happening on the other side of that. We could have another run of triple digits, perhaps.
Yeah, we could.
Yep.
You never know. September's always beautiful.
Yeah,
in the Tri-Cities.
I agree with that.
Yeah. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, from Taylor Swift breaking records to Woody and Buzz celebrating 30 years. We've got the latest from Hollywood. It's all coming up in your entertainment headlines after the break. It is 5:25.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Do it all with Steel Battery. Now is the best time to save big on over 40 hardworking Steel tools. Hurry into your local Steel dealer or shop online.
We call it the Fiery Foods Festival because the sizzling, sweet and spicy, fiery foods, live music, local vendor, fresh produce, Kid Zone, hot pepper eating, Pasco Wingstop Cluckin' Hot Wing Challenge, and Food Trucks Festival takes too long to say. Come feel the heat and savor the spice of life at the Fiery Foods Festival in the heart of downtown Pasco. It's free to attend, open to the public, and fun for the whole family. September 13th at Peanuts Park, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Workers and the families of deceased workers who worked at the Hanford site are now eligible for compensation for diseases and illnesses. This may be in addition to compensation already being received. Smart Law will be hosting a Hanford Workers' Compensation educational dinner at their Kennewick office Thursday, September 18th at 6 p.m. To register, call 509-735-5555. Dinner provided. Smart Law, smart choice.
It's time to replace and refresh this Labor Day. Swing by Fred's Appliance today to save on all LG appliances. Let LG help you stay cool this Labor Day. Get this refrigerator for only $16.99. That's a 40% savings. No matter what appliance you're looking for, LG has what you need. From dishwashers, laundry, stovetops, and more, come see what's in stock. Shop Fred's Appliance, local like you.
Going deep into the Blue Mountains on Fly the Northwest tonight at 6.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Taking a look at the latest in your entertainment news, Taylor Swift is breaking records again. Her upcoming album, The Life of a Showgirl, is already Spotify's most pre-saved countdown page ever.
Plus, the original Toy Story is heading back to theaters for the 30th anniversary celebration.
And we're wishing a reality-bending happy birthday to a beloved action star. With what's happening in Hollywood, here's Melissa Don.
It's all in the life of a showgirl as Taylor Swift's upcoming album, The Life of a Showgirl, becomes the most pre-saved countdown page in Spotify's history, breaking the record from Swift's last album, The Tortured Poets Department. The Life of a Showgirl hits the airwaves on October 3rd.
To infinity and beyond!
The original Pixar classic Toy Story heads back to theaters this month for a special celebration of Woody the Cowboy and Buzz Lightyear as they celebrate 30 years of friendship. Tickets go on sale September 2nd for the limited release that begins on September 12th. Also this weekend, fans at Disney's Destination D23 convention were also given a sneak peek of the upcoming Toy Story 5, including the introduction of a new toy named Smarty Pants, voiced by comedian Conan O'Brien.
I'm an angel.
See the wings?
And turning 61 today, actor Keanu Reeves. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. Melissa Adon, ABC News.
Toy Story, a classic.
Oh, I love it so much.
I want to see it in theaters. I don't think I watched it in theaters when I was little. Yeah. Just had it on VHS.
VHS?
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. I didn't know they were coming out with a fifth.
I know. The last one, I never saw the fourth one. I saw the third one, which like was a tearjerker moment at the end there. But it just kind of wrapped things up nicely for millennials. So
I know.
I need to watch it
Toy Story
again.
fan?
Yeah, I saw Toy Story 3 in theaters with my mom. She started crying. I started crying.
The whole theater was crying.
It was a big cry fest. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. All right. So much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up at our 5:30 half hour. We're taking a look as hundreds of people took to the streets for the Workers Over Billionaires protest. We have why they're calling for higher wages and stronger unions.
Plus, caught on camera and now identified. We've got the latest on the Benton County package thief and all the efforts to track him down. It's all coming up in your next half hour, but first, here are your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, more than 7,000 Teslas are being recalled. Officials in Australia say there's a software issue with the 2025 Tesla Model Y. They are warning that the driver's side window can close with force and cause bodily injury. Tesla has issued a software update to fix the problem. Next, Instagram is offering creators with more than 100,000 followers some new tools to manage their direct messages inbox. They include filters, custom shortcuts, and new inbox folders. They're designed to allow creators to connect with their audiences more efficiently. And finally, a new discovery about the alarm clock on the iPhone. Most of us assumed the numbers were circular in a loop, but an iPhone user with some extra time on their hands kept scrolling. Turns out, just a really long list that eventually comes to an end. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a fantastic day.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Unfortunately, I didn't check if doing the Georgia bark at my boss would be appropriate. Go, dogs!
Yeah.
So we need to...
Circle! And it's not. Checking Allstate first was smart. Barking at my boss, dumb. At least I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds.
Hey, Bark Boy.
These guys are crazy.
Your kid's brain and the math twigs. Some allergy medications can make your kids drowsy, but Allegra is different. Well done.
Allegra is fast, non-drowsy allergy relief with 0% brain interference. It's a no-brainer.
Mopping is hard work.
A man's size.
Then I tried the Swiffer Power Mop. It has a built-in solution that breaks down dirt on contact. Plus, its 360-degree swivel head cleans up along baseboards and even behind the toilet. Bye-bye, bucket. With the Swiffer Power Mop.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Tuesday morning. Thanks for waking up with us. Joining us here for Good Morning Northwest, I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
75?
Yes.
Yeah?
Up to 75. Remember on Friday, I went with forecast high 96, verified at 94. Yesterday, went with forecast high 96 and it verified at 94. So same thing. Jackpot now up to $75.
We live in a simulation. Just
yes. So for today, changing up a little bit, going with forecast high of 98, Pasco Tri-Cities. So if it verifies between 95 to 101, the jackpot's going to hit $100. If that doesn't happen, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalleyNewsNow.com, clicking on the contest page, or you can scan the QR code that's on your screen. All right, bottom line for the forecast, very hot for today, around 100 for lower elevations for today, for tomorrow, and for Thursday. Hazy sunshine staying in the forecast through Friday at least, but that gets disrupted with some cooler and wetter weather as we head into Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Here's the current wildfire smoke situation right now, at least for low levels. And so this, in essence, that's a fancy way of saying here's surface smoke right now. And it looks like it's not as thick as it was yesterday morning, but still certainly some smoke making its way into the Kittitas Valley, the Yakima Valley, even a little bit thinner, but into the lower Columbia Basin. Right now, temperatures in the 50s and 60s across the map, 59 in the Tri-Cities, 67 in Walla Walla. your hourly forecast for today for the Tri-Cities. It's going to be hot, it's going to be hazy, and it's going to be sunny, and you can say that for pretty much all lower elevation spots. All of it's going to be up around 100 degrees. I'll take you on that zone by zone tour of today's forecast, and also I'll show you why we're so hot and dry. So that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Well, we begin this half hour of news following up on a story we first brought you just yesterday.
The man caught on camera stealing a package from a Benton County home has now been identified. So deputies say a tip from a citizen led them to 33-year-old Maximiliano Gomez from Mabton.
So video shows him running up to the porch, grabbing a large package and taking off. Authorities say they're now pursuing leads to track him down. Moving to Kennewick now, where about 550 demonstrators gathered on Columbia Center Boulevard yesterday for a Labor Day protest called Workers Over Billionaires. Event organizers, Indivisible Tri-Cities, says protesters advocated against billionaires getting richer, while wages for many workers have stayed the same. The group also says that the protest aimed to highlight the importance of unions for workers. One demonstrator says that she attended the protest because of how union labor has supported her.
I think it's very important that we hang on to the freedoms that we've gained and that we are compensated for our labor, which is what is making these billionaires all this money anyway.
The demonstrators displayed signs on the side of the road, and they were there until about noon. 5:35, and taking a look at community events. Yakima Sun Fair Parade, the city's largest and longest running parade, is making its return this September.
Yay! So organizers say it's a tradition that brings the whole community together. So the parade kicks off the morning of September 20th with the lineup starting on Yakima Avenue, and the parade concludes on Natchez Avenue.
This year, about 125 entries are expected, including the popular Seafair Pirates, clowns, and floats from as far away as Canada.
Organizers say planning the lineup is always a challenge, making sure that bands, dancers, and political groups are spaced out for the best experience.
The lineup is always one of the hardest parts that we do, and that is ensuring that we don't have two bands next to each other, or that we have dancers behind maybe horses, right? And so that mishaps don't happen, or two political parties next to each other. So we really try hard to separate.
Not the dancers behind the horses.
Not the dancers behind the horses.
Made me chuckle. Things you don't think about, but they have to.
But you have to.
Yeah. And the Sun Fair Parade has been a Yakima tradition since 1970, and it kicks off the Central Washington State Fair and celebrates more than 50 years of community spirit.
So
I'm
much
definitely
fun.
excited, yeah. All right, keep it here, because coming up, we're talking sports from the vineyard to the playing field. Drew Bledsoe's new WSU-themed wine is supporting student athletes, and we'll have more on how after the break, so stick around.
Go Cougs.
Live with Kelly and Mark today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
What if we told you the K-pop Demon Hunters are about to take over GMA?
It's time.
This morning, for the first time, the global sensation hits morning TV. Everyone's watching the K-pop Demon Hunters, and now they're coming to Good Morning America.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Here in Grandview, we're happy to say that we found a home here for our pizza oven, and here we are making pizza for everybody. This restaurant really concentrates on pizza, some nice submarine-style sandwiches, and a full salad bar. And the high quality of the products that we use is, we're thinking it's going to set us apart. This is going to be a great place to bring the family, and here we are making pizza for everybody. Come on down to Grace Pizza. We look forward to seeing you here.
If you've never been to the Walla Walla Valley Quilt Festival, this is your year. You're invited to the 24th Annual Quilt Festival. This year, the theme is improv. There will be 2 big days, September 12th and 13th, starting at 10 a.m. at the fairgrounds. Check out amazing quilts, hourly demos, a variety of vendors, and a whole lot more. Enjoy both big days for just $10. Come meet nationally featured quilter and pattern designer Jenny Jo Lamb and Alexandra Imrie, both from Lamb Farm Designs. So mark those calendars for this year's Walla Walla Valley Quilt Festival.
Do you
you own a dishwasher but only use it for storage or as a drying rack? Get better results than hand washing with your dishwasher and Cascade Complete. Your dishwasher does the work for you with temperatures up to 140 degrees, too hot for hands. Some dishwashers even have a sanitizing cycle. Load pots, pans, and tableware at the bottom with plastic and glassware on top. Cascade Complete removes visible and invisible residue for virtually spot-free and shiny dishes. Switch to your dishwasher and Cascade Complete.
The Y Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Win and save with double Lucky Number Tuesday at Buy Mart. Just by matching your ending number, you can win a protein puck in various flavors. Plus, save with Tuesday-only pricing. Win and save with 70th anniversary double Lucky Number Tuesday at Buy Mart.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariana Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
$500,000 is not the price. It's the final test.
Money or love?
I don't know where I'm at.
I literally can't breathe.
The Bachelor in Paradise season finale, tonight on ABC.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on a zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. And just keep in mind, across the map, it's going to be about 10 to 15 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. So around 100 in the Kittitas Valley. Also, we're going to see hazy sunshine across the map. Around 100 in the Yakima Valley, upper 90s at the very least, and it's going to be the same temperature range in the lower Columbia Basin, 98 for the Tri-Cities, 101 for Benton City, mid-90s in the Morrow County foothills, but pretty close to 100 for the rest of the foothills, and 80s and 90s for the highest terrain of the Blue Mountains. Could be a little bit breezy in the foothills, so we'll keep a very close eye on that. Okay, now let's show you the atmospheric lay of the land over the next few days with Futurecast satellite and radar. And this spinning blue H is going to continue to dominate our weather over the next handful of days, as this is an area of high pressure. And around this time of the year, high pressure means hotter and drier weather. But this low pressure system out here could disrupt things as we head into Friday, and especially for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, as shower and thunderstorm chances could go up and temperatures could go down. But in the meantime, let's show you vegetation dryness while it's still hot and dry. For today, significantly dry in the Cascades and the upper Yakima Basin, and critically dry for the rest of us. Then on Thursday, you see some of that significant dryness now getting down into the lower Yakima Basin of the Cascades, and still critically dry for lower elevations and the southern blues. So I will touch on the heat and then also the switch up to our pattern as we head into the weekend, coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Josh. It is 5:41, and talking sports this morning as the Tri-Cities hydroplane racing community is mourning the loss of a man who dedicated more than 2 decades to capturing the sport's greatest moments.
H1 announced the passing of longtime official photographer Chris Denslow. They say he died on Saturday following complications from a short illness.
And for more than 20 years, Denslow documented the excitement on the water and the tradition in the stands, becoming a familiar figure to fans and racers alike.
His photographs are considered a part of the sport's history.
Chris was really good at capturing people in their element and people having a good time. There's photos of people laughing, conversating, and sitting there and discussing strategies. Chris captured the moment for every racer, and in doing that, he captured all of our hearts.
He also says Denslow grew up in the Tri-Cities, but the loss is being felt nationwide.
H1 says Denslow's contributions will remain a part of the organization's legacy. He was also the official photographer for the Miss Tri-Cities Scholarship Organization for the past 5 years as well, capturing those moments and memories. So he will be greatly missed in the community. 5:43, more local sport headlines. Cougar Nation now has another way to show their school spirit. I think we'll like this way.
We'll like it for sure.
Through a glass of Walla Walla wine.
Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen says former Washington State University quarterback Drew Bledsoe and his family winery have teamed up with the Cougar Collective to launch a new blend that supports student athletes. Take a look.
From the Walla Walla Valley to Pullman, Cougar Pride now comes bottled. Drew Bledsoe's family winery has released the Old Crimson Legendary Red Blend, a bold wine that celebrates Washington State University and supports its athletes through the Cougar Collective.
It's really a connection with my two hometowns. It's Walla Walla, where I grew up, Wazoo, where I went to school, where I met Mara, two very, very special places.
Bledsoe says part of the proceeds from every bottle will go directly to Cougar athletes through name, image, and likeness opportunities.
When you're a Coug, you're kind of always an underdog, right? We're in the small school out in the middle of nowhere, but we've always embraced that underdog mentality, but we still want to win. And so raising some money for the collective is important to us.
The wine itself was crafted entirely in-house, using fruit grown in the winery's Walla Walla estate, something Bledsoe says you can enjoy with anyone. Well, maybe.
You can even share it with your husky friend. You don't have to.
For the Cougar Collective, the partnership goes beyond the bottle. It's about building a stronger future for WSU athletics.
Cougs are passionate. We have a very strong and outgoing and loud fan base that we're trying to galvanize in any way, shape, or form.
Brandel says one of the easiest ways to do this is through partnerships from across the state that are Coug-owned businesses. He says Cougs helping Cougs isn't just a saying, it's a movement.
Drew Bledsoe is a quintessential legend of WSU football and our lore, who went out of his way to use his own business to support WSU student athletes. That should resonate with our student athletes, to give them the understanding that while you may eventually leave Pullman, Pullman is never leaving you.
From the vineyard to the playing field, Coug Nation is raising a glass to student athletes, one bottle at a time. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Cheers to that. You can find the Old Crimson Legendary Red Blend online.
And organizers say bottles are expected to sell quickly as Cougar fans rally behind the cause. Looks like we'll have to order some before, they get sold out.
Don't tempt me with a good time. We are headed into a commercial break. It's a perfect time to do that.
That's right. It's 5 in the morning at least.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Here we go.
Hey, and look, we're getting that much closer to the sun coming up. Yay! Sunrise set for 6:19 this morning. Time right now, 5:46. When we come back, your morning sprint. Everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning. And checking back in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth and your full First Alert forecast.
Get RV show pricing now at every Blue Compass RV. All RVs must go, starting at just $101 a month. Each backed by a complimentary 1-year VIP membership to RV Complete, exclusively at Blue Compass RV. Hurry in today.
Workers and the families of deceased workers who worked at the Hanford site are now eligible for compensation for diseases and illnesses. This may be in addition to compensation already being received. Smart Law will be hosting a Hanford Workers' Compensation educational dinner at their Kennewick office Thursday, September 18th at 6 p.m. To register, call 509-735-5555. Dinner provided. Smart Law, smart choice.
Before, our service would be in and out. We wanted to switch to T-Mobile to make sure that we have better coverage.
T-Mobile is now the best network, and with the most satellites, we're connecting hundreds of thousands in places where cell towers can't reach with T-Satellite.
I signed up for T-Satellite to give me peace of mind as a mom that makes life better knowing that it's there when we need it.
Upgrade to the best network. Right now, T-Mobile will pay off 4 phones up to $3,200. Plus, hook you up with 4 new phones on us. Switch today.
Since 1983, Nissan has been assembling award-winning vehicles for you, right here in America. And we're committed to keeping our lineup affordable and free from new tariffs. That's why we've lowered MSRP on our best-selling Rogue and Pathfinder. So you can get the car you want, at the price you want, knowing Nissan is here for you at the Nissan Summer Sales Event.
Now get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue or Pathfinder.
Summer love for young and gold.
Paradise!
Bachelor in Paradise, new Mondays on ABC.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health's Dermatology Center in Benton City. Look and feel your best with cosmetic dermatology services.
It's time to change the way you think about pads. Meet Always Pocket Flex Foam. Full-size protection in a tiny pack. It's made with foam, not fluff, for up to 0 feel and up to 0 leaks. And it absorbs more. Ready to go where you go. Always Pocket Flex Foam.
My kids can't hide anything from me. I'm home. especially when they've been using toilet paper that doesn't hold up.
Charmin Ultra Strong has a diamond weave texture that's more durable. And it cleans better, so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
An awesome park in the Blue Mountains. Fly the Northwest tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It's going to be another day with hazy sunshine out there from the Cascades to the Blues and for all points in between. It's going to be hotter for today as opposed to Labor Day. We'll be in the 80s in the Cascades, 80s and 90s even in the Blues, and 90s in triple digits for lower elevations, about 10 to 15 degrees hotter than normal for this time of the year. Hey, here's some good news. Wind gusts going to be pretty light today up in the Cascades. That's going to help out with containment efforts on the Wildcat fire, some of these other fires out this way. It will be a little bit breezy in the southern Blues and the Blue foothills, but those gusts only up around 20 miles per hour. For tonight, more haze up in the skies across the map. Overnight lows down into the 60s for the most part, although for Meacham and Cabbage Hill, we could slip down into the upper 50s. And then winds for tonight pretty much going to be a non-factor. The heat will be a factor into the next few days, up around 100 degrees in the Tri-Cities for all 3 days. And if you really had to split hairs, Wednesday is probably going to be the hottest day. A touch cooler for Friday, and then much cooler into Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, finally returning to normal values for early September. And that's not going to happen for no reason. That is going to coincide with some shower and thunderstorm chances going up. We'll touch on Friday here in a second, but Saturday, Sunday, Monday, these look like they'll be the more active days, and we'll have more to say about those coming up a little bit later in the week. But for now, Friday starting to come into focus a little bit better. Roughly 10 to 20% shower and thunderstorm chances for the Blues, for the Morrow County foothills, down towards the Dalles, and also up into the Cascades. And like I just mentioned, as we head a little bit later into the week, we'll have this map to show you for Saturday and Sunday and Monday. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities, up around 100 through Thursday, a little bit cooler for Friday, and then highs mostly bouncing between 85 to 90 for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, as shower chances stay put at about 20%. Then in the Yakima Valley, highs around that century mark over the next few days, a little bit cooler on Friday, and then 80s and low 90s for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Looks like the best chances of thunderstorms going to be Saturday and Sunday, a little bit less so for Monday. Then in the Kittitas Valley, also hot, dry, and hazy through Friday, cooler with shower and thunderstorm chances going up Saturday through Monday. But just like in the Yakima Valley, best chances for thunderstorms going to be on Saturday and Sunday. For Hermiston, hot, dry, and hazy through Friday. And again, that cooler and wetter trend for this weekend and the beginning of next week. It's going to be the exact same thing in Walla Walla. The hottest day is going to be on Wednesday, and then trending cooler and wetter for Saturday and beyond.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is 5:51. It's time for your morning sprint in our 5 o'clock hour.
And we start with the top 5 local things you need to know this morning as we are tracking multiple wildfires across the region. The first one we're talking about is the Wildcat Fire that's burning in Yakima County. It's been burning for over a week now. Crews have been working to keep the flames south of Highway 410. They brought in air resources, dozers, engines, all continuing to support firefighters. Smoke, though, starting to create some visibility issues. And then in Kittitas County, the Caitlin Fire sparked just yesterday and grew pretty quickly from just an acre and a half to over 80 acres by the evening. Multiple air and ground crews working to slow its spread. Meanwhile, the Esquatchel Fire in Franklin County, that one's burning right around 157 acres. Firefighters monitoring that blaze and protecting nearby areas as well.
And Yakima police are investigating an overnight shooting. Officers got a call after 3 in the morning on Cornell Avenue, and they found a 27-year-old man with a gunshot wound. Medics tried to save him, but he did later die. A second 32-year-old man arrived at a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, and he's believed to be connected to the incident. YPD is asking anyone with information to call them.
And over 500 demonstrators gathered just yesterday along Columbia Center Boulevard for the Workers Over Billionaires protest. Organizers say they were calling attention to the stagnant wages for workers while executives grow wealthier. And also they were highlighting the importance of unions. Protesters say the goal was to raise awareness about workers' rights using the Labor Day holiday as a moment to spotlight these issues.
And deputies have identified the man caught on camera stealing a package from a home in Benton County. Thanks to a citizen tip, authorities say he's been identified as 33-year-old Maximiliano Gomez from Mabton. He's not yet been found, but deputies are pursuing all leads.
And construction crews are starting a major overhaul at the George Washington Way and Aaron Drive intersection near Columbia Point today. The project aims to improve safety and reduce congestion for drivers, cyclists, and pedestrians. Work begins with some lane closures on the west side. Lanes in both directions will remain open, though. The project is expected to wrap up by late November.
Now to your national headlines this morning. At least 54 people were shot in Chicago this Labor Day weekend. That's according to the city's police. President Trump has long criticized Chicago for violence, and he's expected to take action soon. Last month, the Trump administration called for federal troops to take over Washington, D.C., and now Chicago could be next. Officials are preemptively fighting back. Over the weekend, Mayor Brandon Johnson signed an executive order that says police will not collaborate with federal agents.
5:54 in your business headlines this morning. Nestle has dismissed CEO Laurent Freixe over what it calls a romantic relationship with a direct subordinate. The internationally known food and beverage brand made the announcement just yesterday. The company said that the move came after the board ordered an investigation into the matter. Nestle's board chair said that these actions breached the company's code of conduct and that the move was necessary. The chair said that the company had tapped Philip Navadarol as the new CEO, someone who has been with Nestle since 2001.
In your health headlines this morning, former FBI Director Robert Mueller is battling Parkinson's disease. The 81-year-old was diagnosed back in 2021. He retreated from public life and retired within a year of his diagnosis. This news comes after the House Oversight Committee investigators had subpoenaed Mueller to testify as part of their probe into the Jeffrey Epstein files. They have since withdrawn their request upon learning of his health issues, as he has recently begun struggling with speech and mobility. Mueller worked as the director of the FBI from 2001 to 2013.
5:55 in your sports headlines this morning. The Green Bay Packers are a football team steeped in tradition, and fans celebrated yesterday. As they do every Labor Day, they paint a new motivational slogan in green on the Packers fence. It's all to support the team for the upcoming NFL season. It started more than 20 years ago when Fred Harsh moved from New Jersey to retire near the team. He passed away in 2022, but the family maintains the tradition. I wonder what it said this year. I was trying to catch a peek of the message. Yeah.
All right, trending this morning, a brave little snow leopard cub has taken her first steps in her outdoors enclosure at the UK's Chester Zoo.
Oh, proud mom. Nubra kept a watchful eye on her as the little one explored the new habitat. The cub is the first to be born at the zoo in its 94-year history, and they have named her Berry after a river that runs through the Himalayas.
The inquisitive little fur ball was born 10 weeks ago and spent her early weeks snuggled up to mom in a secluded den. Snow leopards are extremely rare, with as few as 4,000 animals estimated to still remain in the wild.
Oh, she is too cute. Reminds me
So
of my
fluffy.
cats. They're all the same.
You know,
well,
but
until
they're
they
not.
get. I know what you
they're
mean,
not.
but they are. But they're not.
But they're related, and you can
Yes.
see some of the mannerisms.
Because that's
and
how like domestic house cats act. Like,
Yeah.
just all like inquisitive, like that is so cute.
curious cat.
Yeah. Curiosity killed the cat.
They're not.
Yes.
Right. Just remember that. They're not. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up in our 6 o'clock hour, details on the 187 teams in fierce competition from Pasco's Labor Day Soccer Challenge. And a runaway horse gives police another wild ride. It's something you've got to see, and we're going to show it to you in the 6 o'clock hour.
And Josh, what are you tracking besides this beautiful sunset?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Well, that is, it looks so vivid up in the sky because of some of the smoke and haze out there. So I'll track the smoke and haze. Also the fire that is producing all that. The fires, plural. So all that's going to be coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.